Hi, my name is Kabeer, and I'm a rising junior at Saratoga High School. For my initial project, I chose and designed the TV Be Gone. This is the first prototype for my TV Be Gone. The way it works is every single television brand has its own unique power code, and each TV obviously has a power code. So the microcontroller right here has every power code for 115 different brands which are used in the US stored on it, and it will run through each power code and send it. So it obviously doesn't have enough power, so it will send it to these transistors, which will amplify the current to the 4 LEDs, which works identical to how a remote works and will send the signal to the TV. If any of the 115 work, then it will automatically shut off. And since there's a lot of power being used, you need a resistor here to make sure that the current is tempered when it goes to the resistors, and you need a resistor here from when the power from the battery heads to my main controller. Nearby is the oscillator, which makes sure that the current is running at the right pace and the microcontroller is running its functions at a good pace. Next to that are both capacitors, the little yellow one and the black tube, and these simply store electrical current. That way, if there is a surge from the battery, it can still run properly. Over here you can see is the button that would start the code, and nearby is indicator light. So when I press the button, the indicator light flashes, and we can't see it because it's under infrared light, but these are actually flashing as code is being sent. Each flash is a line of code that the microcontroller is sending to the TVs. Since there's no nearby TVs, it obviously isn't running. And on the backside are the 2 wires, and you can see here are 2 AA batteries which power the entire system. Now for a short demonstration. The TV is currently on, but as soon as I press the button, the TV deactivates after a little bit. It ran through all the power codes, and eventually it found the one that worked with the Toshiba and turned it off. One thing I really enjoyed about the TV Be Gone project was the amount of intense soldering it involved. I've done many engineering projects on my own before, but this is the first time that I've designed and built my own proto board. Most of the time I buy mine, but this was the very first time that I was actually able to build it with my own 2 hands using a soldering iron. And that's a skill that I think that that was underdeveloped for me, and I'm glad that I got to further my expertise. However, I did struggle with this since there was a lot of small details with a massive margin for error, and it was very difficult sometimes for me to get it right. For example, on my wiring, I did end up fraying the wire and it got stuck in the metal, so it was completely destroyed. I ended up having to cut it out. This taught me that sometimes it's best to accept a mistake and move on. I really hope to develop my skills further. Thank you.